But first, today we get started, just like we have each day this week, with Dr. Alice Cheng. And it has been an incredible week full of emerging science, breakthroughs in diabetes research, and some awards honoring those behind those discoveries. Anything in particular that has stood out to you over these last 4 days?
I think, on a general level, one of the biggest things that stood out is just being able to see everyone. It's been incredible. You're walking down the hallway and you're just seeing friends you haven't seen forever. So there've been lots of hugs throughout this weekend, which has been fantastic. But I think one of the big themes that have really come out for me is the innovation and how the future is just incredibly bright in terms of things that we can look forward to. We got readouts of amazing trials. The awards lectures have been incredibly inspiring. And then, the Banting lecture was just absolutely incredible. And that the future of sort of multi-receptor agonism, everything. It was just incredible.
We were speaking with one of the award winners yesterday, and he said there has never been a better time to be in diabetes research. So that sentiment is shared. Any key piece of research that stood out to you this week, maybe from a clinical trial, that you think is really a game changer or a breakthrough?
So one of the things that impressed me with this meeting is there have been so many presentations that end with a picture of a paper that just came out simultaneously for what they just presented. So published in the New England Journal of Medicine, published in the Lancet, so big journals. Yeah. And that's sort of how impactful these things have been. And I think the big one that really struck me was looking at a small molecule oral GLP-1 receptor agonism with very little side effects, which I thought was just incredible. So sitting there as a clinician and thinking about what the future might look like was just so much fun.
Awesome. Okay, let's talk about what we still have to look forward to. There is still another full day to go. The year in review is still to come.
Yes, so that is in the morning, and it's just a fantastic way to get a summary of all the amazing things that have happened, because it's nearly impossible to keep up as an individual. And then we have 3 amazing speakers to, of course, deliver that. And then there's the Outstanding Scientific Achievement Award lecture that will be coming up at 10:15. And the title, The Ailing Beta Cell in Diabetes, Insights from a Trip to the ER. And that's by Dr. Carmela Evans Molina. And then in the afternoon, we're going to hear about the Coordinate study, which is a very interesting study that's looking at a cluster randomized clinical trial that's testing the effectiveness of an innovative clinic-level educational intervention to improve type 2 diabetes and cardiovascular disease. So it's not a drug per se, but it's actually more about organization of care, which I think is an incredibly important topic. And then at 1:30 p.m., and everyone is very much looking forward to this, this is a symposium showing the phase 2 study results of Retatrutide, which is a novel triple agonist. And we heard about sort of alluding to that from our Banting lecture, so this is very exciting. And then last but certainly not least, at 3:15, the long-term outcomes of the ARMS T2D randomized trial after 7 to 12 years of follow-up. And it's a study of metabolic surgery versus lifestyle/medical management of type 2 diabetes. So really lots of great stuff coming up today on Monday.
Everybody looks forward to those Monday trial results. Fascinating. All right, well, Dr. Cheng, thank you so much for your time today. And just like she just mentioned, there is still much more to come with clinical trial results being revealed at this year's gathering. Let's take a look.
We're very excited to present the results of phase 2 trials on Retatrutide on Monday afternoon. Retatrutide is a triple hormone receptor agonist. Specifically, it targets 3 nutrient-stimulated hormones, GIP, GLP-1, and glucagon. We'll be presenting the results of a phase 2 study looking at specifically Retatrutide for the treatment of obesity. We'll be showing results on efficacy and safety. Additionally, we'll present data on a subset of patients who had NAFLD in the study. And finally, we'll be presenting a second study, one looking at Retatrutide in patients with type 2 diabetes. Again, looking at efficacy and safety, and again, this is a phase 2 study. We very much look forward to you attending our session.
Well, we're very excited to have this opportunity to discuss in detail how we ran and what the results were of the Coordinate Diabetes study. And it was a study coordinated by Duke University that was really focused on getting cardiology clinics across the US to increase their delivery of comprehensive risk reduction, guideline-based care to people with type 2 diabetes and established atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease. And we're really hopeful that we'll get the word out and provide resources and information that would allow practitioners across the United States to implement similar strategies at their locations.